Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Sassy Love Tarot. In today's reading, we're doing a prediction on your upcoming 3-month from whenever you clicked on this reading. So the way it's going to work is that once you have chosen your group or your groups, I will be diving in with the tarot decks that you have chosen, and then figure out specifically what will be happening for you in months 1, months 2, and then months 3. I'll also be using some pre-shuffled oracle cards to clarify the energies that are presented through the tarot cards. And once that's done, I'll also be shuffling one more oracle deck to channel through your spiritual teams and see what guidance and or advice they might have for you in order for you to navigate the next 3 months smoothly. So if all of that sounded good to you, let's get right into your options. Option number 1 here corresponds to the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, along with this piece of black obsidian. Option number 2 here corresponds to the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, along with this piece of sodalite. And option number 3 here corresponds to the Wandering Star tarot deck, along with this piece of Tiger's Eye. Now, as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. And please, if you do feel drawn to more than one group, it is entirely possible that you might have messages waiting for you across different groups. So always trust your intuition. It will definitely lead you to the right place. Once you have chosen your group or your groups, you can scroll down to the description box, click on the timestamps, and be fast forwarded to your readings. Now let's get right into it. Hey loves, if you have chosen the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck along with this piece of black obsidian, then this is going to be your reading on your next 3 months. Welcome. Now let's get right into shuffling. We're going to be shuffling 2 cards for each month. So let's see, for my dear group number 1s, what is happening for them in month number 1? Month 1 from now, please, Spirit. Let's see. Month 1 for my dear group number 1s. Oh. All right, we have the 3 of Cups. Beautiful. Let's get one more, please, Spirit. For month number 1. All right. Oops. We've got another card. We have the Empress coming out in the reverse. You got 2 number 3 cards. Interesting. Okay. How about month number 2, please, Spirit? So what's happening for my dear group number 1s in month 2 from now, please, Spirit? Ah. All right. Let's see what we've got. We have, this is the Page of Wands in this deck. Let's get one more. For month number 2, please, Spirit. And we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, interesting. And then I want to get 2 more cards for months 3. So, Spirit, what's happening for my dear group number 1s in month 3, please, Spirit? Oops. Ooh, okay. So we've got the Warrior of Wands. This is the Knight of Wands. And then we got the Page of Swords. Interesting. All right. Let's make sure all of the cards are in frame. And yes, they are. Okay, awesome. And then I want to lay out the oracle cards that were pre-shuffled to clarify these energies. So for your month number 1, we have 2 cards that came out together for you, my dear group number ones, even though my intention was to shuffle for only 1 card. We've got 2. We have number 24 here. Synchronicity is a love letter from the universe across time and space. And we have number 42, was your greatest work is your legendary legacy. So we have some mirroring numbers here with 24 and 42. So that is already a synchronicity. If you have been seeing some mirroring numbers, this could be a confirmation that this is indeed the right group for you. And then for month number 2, again, your group got 2 cards. So we have number 32 was right into this reality. And we've got number 41 was your greatest joy pollinates the world. Beautiful. And then for month number 3, you've got 1 card, which is number 4. Ask wonderfully, receive graciously. All right. Love this energy for you. Now let's dive right into it. So for your month number 1, we've got the 3 of Cups and the Empress in reverse. And I definitely see that this month for a lot of you would be a month where you'll be having a lot more social gatherings. You'll be spending a lot of time being with your friends or your family members. I see a lot of social events or just going out for you in general. Like the 3 of Cups is a card that reminds me of celebrations as well. So perhaps there will be birthday parties or there will be meetings or certain social events like dinners or drinks that you are invited to, and you will be enjoying yourselves quite a lot in this month. And I also feel like this is giving me an energy of you confiding in someone as well. So it is quite possible that you'll be sharing what's been going on in your life with your friends, or maybe your friends will be sharing what's going on with them, with you. And I also see that for some of you, maybe you'll be reconnecting with, say, an old friend that you haven't been in contact in for a very, very long time. And it is going to be a very emotional reunion for some of you out there, my dear group number ones. And that's a beautiful energy. And then also with the 3 of Cups, I feel like for some of you, there might be a little bit of gossips going around in your social circle or maybe in your workplace about you. Like people will be talking about you, not necessarily in a bad way. It's just that I feel like for some of you, you'll be drawing people's attention to you. And so I feel like there might also be a caution message for some of you if you don't like your personal stuff being talked about by other people. Maybe just try to be a little bit more cautious about what you share, like what aspects of your life you actually share with other people, or what aspects of your life you actually post online. Because once the information's out there, obviously you can't really take it back. So there is also a message about that. And then I feel like for some of you, you might also be receiving a message or an offer that, or an invitation, because we were talking about social gatherings, parties, or maybe there's a wedding invitation that you'll be receiving, because I'm just looking at this letter here. It says synchronicity is a love letter from the universe across time and space, but looking at this envelope, I'm like, well, maybe you are actually going to be receiving a letter of some sort, like an offer letter, or maybe a love letter, or just some form of an invitation card, something like that. But more importantly, I also see that you'll be receiving a lot of guidance and messages from your spiritual teams, because Three of Cups is also a card that sometimes reminds me of soul family, of soul groups. So I do feel like in month 1, you will be communicating with your spiritual teams a lot more often or a lot more directly, maybe through the form of synchronicities. We did talk about the mirroring numbers here, 2442. So maybe the numbers 2s and 4s are important for you. And speaking of which, now that we look at the numbers, like you've got quite a few 2s and 4s. Like you got 32 here, there's a 2, and then you got 41 here, you got another 4 here. So maybe the numbers 2s and 4s are significant for you. Maybe someone's a life path 2 or a life path 4, or these might be significant dates like February 4th or April 2nd, or just the 2nd or the 4th of a certain month. Those might be significant for some of you out there. And then with the Empress card coming out in the reverse here, I feel like for a lot of you, you might have been trying to create something. And in month 1, I see that you will be spending quite a bit of your time and energy working on this particular project or this particular idea, but it is not quite there yet. It's not fully completed. With this, your greatest work is your legendary legacy. I really do feel like for a lot of you, this project or this idea has the potential of becoming a legacy. It has the potential of becoming something that can literally be passed down through generations. It is something that once born into this world can last for a very, very long time. It is going to be quite significant, which is why it is requiring that extra time, that extra energy for it to be fully ready to be born into the world. When the Empress card is reversed, I feel like this thing is being conceived, it is being prepared, but it is not quite ready to be born into this 3D world yet. It's like the energies are still working behind the scene, they're still being aligned, but the timing is just not quite right. It's not quite there yet. That's what I'm seeing. But I also feel like there is a pretty strong confirmation here. Was this your greatest work is your legendary legacy? Whatever this thing is, I feel like for a lot of you, you might have already known, like this might be already in the works when you're watching this reading. I do feel like there is a strong confirmation that this will turn out to be something big in the future. It's just that your spirit guides, your spiritual teams are coming through to say to you that you need a little bit more patience. You still need to nurture this thing for just a bit longer before it's fully ready to be brought into your 3D reality. Or this could be something that you're trying to manifest. And each manifestation has its own designated hours. And I feel like that designated hour for this particular manifestation is not quite there. It's not quite ready for you yet, but it will be very, very soon. So that is what I've seen so far for your month number 1, my dear group number 1s. And now I want to move on to your month number 2. Now, month number 2 here, I see something shifting for you. With the Page of Wands and the Eight of Wands, I see that there's going to be a new beginning for you. So maybe this is saying that that thing that we're talking about, that manifestation that we're talking about, that was not ready to be born into the world yet in month number 1, maybe they're going to be ready for you in month number 2. Because the Page of Wands, this is a beginner. This is someone who's starting their journey. And sometimes Page of Wands reminds me of a kid, of a child who's very innocent, who's very innocent, but also brave to explore. And they're ready to embark on a new journey that they are very passionate about, that they're very enthusiastic about. So I do feel like maybe this new journey is that thing that you were trying to bring into this world. And perhaps because we did talk about you receiving some sort of news, some sort of offer, a letter, an email, perhaps a message, and maybe that thing that you received in the previous month, if it's an offer, perhaps you're starting your new job in the second month. And that's a possibility as well. It is also another confirmation I've got here is this card with number 32 right into this reality. Number 32 in numerology can be reduced to number 5, which is the number of change. And as I was saying that, the camera timer flashed to 1444. So again, we've got some number 4s there. And I feel like perhaps for a lot of you, you've been seeing repeating number 4s, and that's a huge confirmation. That's a synchronicity that's being sent to you by your spiritual teams. But let's come back to this card. We have right into this reality. So maybe I can see that perhaps for some of you, you've been scripting. You've been using the scripting method. You've been journaling about your desires, about your manifestations, and that's really working out for you. Like, I really do see something being born into your world, and it is something that you really, really desire. It's like a wish that you've held close to your heart for a very long time, and now it's finally ready to be presented to you by the universe in the 3D world, and it is so beautiful. And also, now that, oh, I can't believe I didn't notice this, but here we have a book and here we have a pen. We have right into this reality. Maybe for some of you, you're writing something. Maybe a thesis, a dissertation, or a book, a novel, I don't know, like a news article, a blog. It can be anything. It's like this saying that you are creating or you're literally writing. You're going to be having a lot of progress within the second month. And yeah, like Page of Wands does remind me of creativity and creative endeavors as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are actually creatives, and this is talking about a piece of work that you've been working on creating. And maybe it does involve writing. And that is very, very beautiful here. I feel like for most of you, this Page of Wands would represent your energy in this month. But I also want to throw this out there. This could be talking about a younger person or a literal child that will be playing a significant role in your life, at least within this month. So that is another possibility. But again, I do feel like for most of you, the majority of you out there, my dear group number 1s, this Page of Wands will be talking about you and your work's energy. And that is very, very beautiful. Like, it's so exciting. And the color green reminds me of abundance as well. So perhaps for those of you who are trying to manifest more abundance into your life, month number 2 would be a great time for you to start off something new that will guarantee a lot of abundance in return in the future. That is what I'm seeing here for you, my dear group number 1s. And then with this 8 of Wands, I feel like this 8 of Wands might be talking about the same thing. It's like once the thing has been kicked off, once it started, it will be growing really, really fast. And I'm hearing that maybe some of you are about to get famous, or maybe your work will be very famous. Maybe something's going viral, I'm hearing. So it is possible, if you're creative, if you have an online presence, maybe this thing that you've created, that you put out there in the world, it's gonna go viral really soon. Because the 8 of Wands talks about very swift movement. I feel like this is like something that's like a wildfire that's like being spread really fast. And here we also have your greatest joy pollinates the world. So it's almost like there's a seed that you're planting, and it's going to blossom into this beautiful flower. Or when we think about pollination, it's like the seeds of the flowers, they can get carried by the insects, by the bees or the butterflies to very distant places, right? So it's like whatever you're initiating here, it might end up being carried, being spread to very distant places. It might end up reaching people in very distant lands that you personally have never even visited before. But that's the power of the internet. It's like if you post something, it can literally reach so many people across the entire world, and it will literally reach people that you will never meet, that you've never met before, and you will never actually meet in the 3D. But it's like, that's the power of this connection, right? It's like you are literally pollinating the world with your work, with this thing that you've created. And I feel like the forward moving momentum here is really, really strong. And I do see that a lot of you will be enjoying great success with this work that you've put so much efforts into. And that is absolutely amazing. Oh, and I just realized number 41 here also reduces to 5 in numerology. So you've got number 5 here was right into this reality, and then you got another number 5 here. So perhaps repeating number 5s could be important for you. That could be a significant number. Or Spirit is just simply coming through to emphasize to you that month number 2 would be a significant time where you'll be experiencing a lot of shifts. I'm hearing reality shifts. I'm hearing quantum jumping. If you believe in that, maybe you are taking a quantum leap. You're like literally accessing a different reality, a different universe. Or you're gonna feel like you've entered a different universe because of how fast things are shifting for you, my dear group number 1s. And that is so amazing. And then moving on to month number 3, we have the Knight of Wands along with the Page of Swords. So we have this progression, we have this stepping up from the Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands, and it happened within 1 month. So again, I feel like there is an emphasis on some form of growth. Like the thing that you've created, once it is out there in the 3D reality, once it's out there in the world, it's going to grow exponentially. It's going to expand really, really fast. And the speed at which it expands might even surprise you. So again, maybe it's literally something going viral. I see that a lot of you will be gaining this forward moving momentum. You will be gaining popularity. You'll be gaining recognition. And the Knight of Wands is someone who's very passionate about their goals, who's not afraid of pursuing their goals with all of their energies. They're very dedicated. And again, this is like charging forward towards your goal kind of energy. So, and also the fact that when we have this Page of Wands, like we're sitting, and here with the Knight of Wands, it's like we're stepping forward, we're standing up, we're stepping forward into something new. So again, that's that forward moving momentum. Like you're actually doing something. You're actually taking decisive actions. And then with the Page of Swords, I can also see that a lot of you will be learning a lot within this process. The Page of Swords always reminds me of a student who's very hardworking, who's very curious, who's very dedicated to gathering all the information available to them to make sure that they can absorb all the information and they can make a smart decision, a smart choice based on what they've learned. And maybe you'll be receiving guidance from someone else, because the Page of Swords does remind me of students. So maybe you'll find a mentor. Maybe there will be a teacher who will be shedding light on something for you in this month. Or you'll just be doing a lot of self-education. Actually, with this ask wonderfully and receive graciously, I do think that perhaps some of you will be seeking out that guidance. Like you're asking for something and you'll be receiving it. And this could be in the form of you asking guidance from someone who's a little bit more experienced, who's a little bit more advanced in a certain journey than you are. Or this could be you asking for guidance from your spiritual teams, and your spiritual teams will come through to give you guidance, advice. They'll point you towards the right direction, and you will just be there to receive the help graciously. And with this infinity symbol here, I see infinite abundance coming to you, my dear group number ones. So again, if abundance is something that you've been trying to manifest more into your life, I definitely see that happening for you in the next couple of months. It is coming, and it might come in a different form than you originally planned. It might come as a pleasant surprise, because this infinity symbol also reminds me of the infinite wisdom that the universe has and the infinite possibilities that are available to us within the world, within this universe. As human beings, we only can know so much, but the universe knows so much more than we do. And here we've got another number 4. And this number 4 here also reminds me of the Emperor card within tarot, and that represents divine masculine energies. It's like you will be stepping into a leadership role. You will be gaining recognition. And I see that you are stepping forward, you're stepping up. It's like there's an And maybe for some of you, your status will be uplifted somehow. There is a message about your social status as well. So that could be relevant for some of you, my dear group number ones. Take it as it resonates. So yeah, and I believe those are all the messages that I am seeing here for you. And now I want to shuffle another oracle deck to channel through your spiritual teams and see what guidance and or advice they might have for you at this point so that you can navigate through these next 3 months easily and effortlessly. Now let's see. My dear group number one spiritual teams, do you have any guidance and or advice for my dear group number ones as they navigate through these next 3 months? All right, let's see what we've got. We have, I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Interesting. Yeah, we did talk about you attending social gatherings. So maybe people will talk about the things that you're working on, and maybe you'll feel the need to justify yourself or even to prove yourself in front of other people. And this is your spirit guide coming through. This is your spiritual teams coming through to tell you that you don't need to do that. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Trust yourselves. You don't need other people's validations. You only need your own validations. That's the most important thing. What else here, Spirit? Let's see. For my dear group number ones, what do they need to know in order for them to navigate through the next 3 months smoothly, effortlessly? Any guidance, advice? Oh, wow. Okay, we had a mini deck explosion. Let's see. We have, I am safe in the universe. All life loves and supports me. Interesting. Okay. I do see that there is a message for some of you to work on opening up your root chakra, because that's our safety, that's our sense of security. Maybe you want to do some grounding meditations. And then also, if you need help, make sure that you do not shy away from asking for help, because help is available to you, my dear group number ones. Sometimes we get stuck because we want to be hyper independent. And I feel like your spiritual teams are coming through to say that there is no shame in asking for help when you do need some help from other people. So let's get one more here. Can we please get one more, Sarah? All right. We have, I live in the paradise of my own creation. Okay, so I feel like the key word here is creation. So whatever it is that you'll be creating within these next 3 months, I definitely see that having the potential of becoming your paradise. There's like literally infinite abundance, infinite possibilities that lie within this new creation, and you're definitely being encouraged to keep working on whatever it is that you are wanting to pursue here, my dear group number ones. And I think that's a very beautiful message to end your reading on. So those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number ones. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an absolute honor having been able to channel through all of these messages for you, my dear group number ones. And I really do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. Also, Don't forget to click on subscribe along with that little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time in the future when I upload. I usually upload new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And if you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please leave a comment down below to let me know how the reading resonated for you. If you have any additional reading topics that you would love to see more of on this channel, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. Also, I have started an Instagram account and I've been trying to post more regularly over there. If you're also on Instagram, please connect with me on Instagram as well. I left my Instagram information down below in the description. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, I have started to offer personal readings remotely online. So if you're interested, you can either email me. I left my email down below in description as well, or just DM me on Instagram, and I look forward to connecting with those of you who are interested. Anyways, thank you again. I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen the original Rider-Waite tarot deck along with this piece of Soda Light, then this is going to be your reading on your next 3 months. So let's dive right in with the tarot deck that you have chosen and figure out specifically what will be happening for you in the next 3 months. So for my dear group number 2s, what will be happening for them in months 1, please Spirit? Months 1 for my dear group number 2s. Let's get right into it. Oh, wow. All right. We've got the Fool card along with the Death card in reverse. Wow. Some quite significant energies here to start off. How about month number 2 here, Spirit? For my dear group number 2s, what's going on in month number 2, please, Spirit? What's going on for my dear group number 2s in month number 2, please, Spirit? We've got the Knight of Wands, and I'm hearing if you don't like this energy, you can always shift and change, which is interesting. Let's get another card for month 2, please, Spirit. What's going on for my dear group number 2s in month number 2? Oh, all right. We've got the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay, I've got some ideas, but let's get all your cards out first. How about month number 3? What's going on for my dear group number 2s in month number 3? Please, Spirit. Month number 3 for my dear group number 2s. Month number 3s for my dear group number 2s, please, Spirit. Month number 3 for my dear group number 2s. Okay. We've got the 5 of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, and let's get one more. We've got the Ace of Cups. Do you want to be upright or reverse? Okay, this is an upright. All right, beautiful. Wow. On the back of the deck, we have the Star card. Beautiful. Cool. Now, let me just make sure all your cards are shuffled and laid out properly. Okay, beautiful. And now let's take a look at the oracle cards that are pre-shuffled to clarify these energies. So for month number 1, your group actually got 2 cards for month number 1, although my intention was to shuffle for 1 card for each month. We've got number 22 with Say Yes to Your Open Door. Beautiful. And we've got number 33. You are at the divine wide point. Okay, so some synchronicities here, repeating numbers, 2s and 3s, master numbers. These numbers might be relevant. And we have number 16, how can this be a wonderful win for your months 2? And then for months number 3, we have number 30 with trust and act accordingly. Beautiful. Okay. So, let's dive right into it. For you, my dear group number 2s, for some reason, I feel like maybe some of you are struggling with throat problems, or maybe like you're having some trouble opening up your throat chakra. I feel like it's a little bit hard for me to verbalize things for your group. But anyways, basically what I can see here for you, my dear group number 2s, in the first month, in month number 1, there is a significant new beginning for all of you, my dear group number 2s. And this is a really beautiful new beginning that is going to literally change some of your lives. It's like with the full card here, this is the first card. This is number 0 card within tarot. And it signifies a significant new beginning, a new adventure, a new journey. This is a really confident, carefree energy where someone is diving in headfirst into something that they are passionate about pursuing. And here we have say yes to your open door as well. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this might be something that's literally divinely guided, something that is aligned with your soul's plan, with your divine life blueprint. It's like you are meant to embark on this new journey. You are meant to open up this new door and step inside and find out a whole new world for a lot of you, my dear group number 1s. Sorry, my dear group number 2s. I don't know, maybe if you're also joined to group number 1, then feel free to check it out. And if you're coming from group number 1, then welcome. So here with the number 22, I feel like for a lot of you, you might have some really strong psychic abilities, because number 2 reminds me of the High Priestess card within tarot. And the High Priestess is someone who's really in tune with their intuition, with their psychic abilities. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you out there are highly spiritual, highly psychic, and maybe you've already seen this new beginning that's coming towards you. Maybe you've already seen this new door opening up for you. And that is very, very beautiful. I feel like this new beginning can come in the form of literally anything in your life. It could be a new job opportunity, a relocation, moving to a new place, making some new friends. It could be you entering into a new connection with someone else. There's so many different possibilities. Just take whatever resonates for you. But definitely I see that there is a significant new opportunity, and I see that you're going to be saying yes to that opportunity without hesitation. And for some of you out there, I also see that you will be making an important decision, and perhaps for some of you, this would be a difficult decision to make because you are literally at the divine white point. So it's like maybe you're facing 2 different choices. Maybe you're facing more than 2 choices. You're having, you have an abundant choices. You have an abundant amount of choices. You have this very important decision that you need to make in order for you to move forward. Before you can move forward, you have to decide which direction you want to go towards. And I see that within this first month, you will be making that very important decision. And with this decision, I see that you'll be shedding some old skin. I see that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. There is like a death and rebirth happening within you as you step forward and really choose your direction. And I feel like for a lot of you, instead of trying to make the right decision, try to change the question. Instead of asking yourselves, what's the right decision for me to make here? Ask yourselves, what is the loving decision that I can make for myself here? Because a lot of times we are really stuck with making the right choice. We are stuck because we're afraid that we might choose something that is wrong. But ultimately, I feel like most of the time, there's not really a wrong decision or a wrong choice. It's just that we need to decide what is the most loving thing for us to do for ourselves, for those around us. If the decision does impact other people around us, then just try to think about what is the most loving thing you can do in the situation. And that might help propel you forward. That might help you make the decision that is ultimately the best for you and for those around you. And I do feel like for a lot of you, whichever direction you end up choosing, it is going to be like whatever you choose, make that the right choice. Instead of trying to choose the right thing, make a decision first and make that decision right. And I see a lot of you will be doing just that, my dear group number twos. And I really want to congratulate you on doing this. This is a very beautiful, transformative energy. The death card is associated with Scorpio and the 8th house, and it is literally about death and rebirth. So an old cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. I love that this card came out together with the Fool card. It feels like for a lot of you, this might even be a past energy. It's like you might have already been shedding your old skins. You might have already been closing old chapters. And it's like everything's going to be coming into culmination in this first month when this full energy rushes into your life and allows you to really grab that opportunity to step through that open door. So yeah, and I also really love the colors we have here and the imagery. Like we have this really overwhelming yellow color, which reminds me of solar plexus chakra, and it's all about our self-confidence. And then we have the blue sky here with the green grass. The color blue reminds me of our throat chakra. So you will be expressing yourselves as well. You will feel self-expressed, and whatever option you end up choosing, my dear group number one, that's going to allow you to be your authentic self, to show your truth as well, which is very beautiful. And maybe for some of you, this is a wish coming true for you, because we did have that star card energy at the back of the deck after I finished shuffling. So if you've been holding a big wish within yourselves, then perhaps within this first month, your big wish is coming for you. That is very beautiful. And now let's move on to month number 2. So in month number 2, I see that there are going to be some challenges, but it is also going to be an opportunity for you to turn these challenges into a wonderful win. Here we have the Knight of Wands. So I do see that you'll be holding your ground. You're not going to be backing down from whatever challenge this is. You are going to be showing determination. You're going to be showing resilience. And again, you are going to keep on fighting You're not going to give up on what you want. You're going to be very assertive. And you are going to continue to pursue that thing that you want. With this Nine of Wands energy here. With the Eight of Cups coming out in reverse, I feel like some of you might feel kind of stuck in a situation that is no longer fulfilling for you. You might feel like there's a residual energy from the past that's coming back to trap you in this old situation. And you might be having a difficult time navigating yourselves out of that situation that's no longer serving your highest and best good, my dear group number 2s. But I personally would not be super worried if this were my reading, because we do have this, how can this be a wonderful win? So definitely you'll need to put some effort in it, but ultimately I see that you transforming, excuse me, I see that you're transforming this situation that's no longer serving you into an opportunity for you to grow. Now, this reminds me of something that I recently heard from another person. It's like, when you think about a problem in your life, try to reframe it as a project for you to work on. Instead of thinking about a problem as something that you need to solve, try to think about it as a project where you need to put some work into improving the situation. So that would help you take the power back. Instead of feeling like a victim in the situation, instead of feeling resigned or powerless, you are then flipping that narrative and really feeling like the empowered one who's in charge, who has the different choices to make. And I see that you will be doing just that in the second month, because you will be exhibiting, you will be demonstrating a lot of resilience in the situation, even though you might feel stuck, even though you might feel unfulfilled. You're not gonna easily let the situation put you down. And instead, you're gonna find a way to overcome this obstacle. You're going to find a way to overcome this challenge and turn it into a beautiful win. And again, I do think that you will be learning a lot from what you'll be going through in the second month as well. And you'll be growing a lot. So this reminds me of the expression that diamonds are formed under pressure. So I do think that in order for us to form those beautiful diamonds, we need to go through some pressure first. And perhaps for a lot of you, my dear group number 2s, in the second month, you will feel like a diamond going through pressure, but ultimately your light is going to shine through. And you will be showing your beauty to the world once you let those old energies fall away, once you navigate yourselves out of the situation. So that's what I'm seeing here for the second month. And then in terms of the third month, I love that we have the Five of Pentacles coming out in the reverse and the Ace of Cups here. So it does seem like a difficult situation is coming to an end. And with the Five of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, this card does remind me of external help. So maybe someone will be lending you a hand to help you navigate through this difficult situation, to help you end this difficult situation in your life. And with the Ace of Cups here too, this is going to be an emotional new beginning. Your heart space will really open, and perhaps that's because you're receiving help and support from other people. Your heart space will be very open. You'll be receiving that love, you'll be receiving that support. And this also can indicate a new beginning that will bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment in the future. The Ace of Cups is that beautiful new beginning of love, of joy, of happiness. And I feel like perhaps some of you are going to start pursuing something that you really, really love in this month. And maybe for some of you, this Five of Pentacles could represent your old limiting beliefs, and you're letting those go. Or this could be representing some sort of external situations that used to make you feel quite trapped. This could be financial obligations, because Pentacles can represent our financial security, our wealth, our abundance. And maybe you are receiving some form of financial assistance, or maybe you'll be receiving a windfall that's going to make you very, very happy. And I see that your heart is going to be filled with gratitude. And you'll be really feeling this joy of being part of the community that you're. And you're just overall going to be really appreciating what you have. With this trust and act accordingly, and this color purple here, I feel like for some of you, again, like this card reminds me of someone who has strong psychic abilities. With this eye here, it's like you see with your third eye, you envision with your third eye, and maybe you'll be having really activated third eye chakras throughout this month, where you'll be envisioning the solution to your problem, and it is going to manifest in the 3D reality for you. With this trust and act accordingly, I feel like this is your spiritual teams coming through to say that you can trust them, you can trust the universe, trust that you're always supported, you're always protected, that the universe always has your back. And if you have that trust, if you have that faith, how would you act? You might choose to do things a little bit differently when you have faith. And I do think that a lot of you, my dear group number 2s, you will trust, you will gain that trust, and you will act accordingly. And that's going to bring a huge shift. That's going to bring you this Ace of Cups moment in the 3rd month. And again, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of love, a lot of support for you in the 3rd month as well. Like, see, in the middle of this eye here, we have a heart. And perhaps this is you, again, opening up your heart space to let other people in, or perhaps this can represent the energies of those people around you who really care about you, who really dare to support you when you are going through this really difficult moment. And I also see that maybe for some of you, if you're currently in separation with someone, that separation might be ending for you in the 3rd month, because The Five of Pentacles in reverse is a card that I personally associate with physical separation coming to an end. So this might be a little bit more specific. So just take it if it resonates for you. Don't let the rest take from you, because this is a general reading. But maybe you are in physical separation with someone that you really love and care about, and that physical separation will be coming to an end in the third month, and that's what's going to bring you this Ace of Cups moment, where love will be flowing freely again. And that's going to be very beautiful months for you, my dear group number 2s. Overall, loving this energy for you, my dear group number 2s. And now I want to move on to shuffling another oracle deck to channel through your spiritual teams and see what guidance and or advice they might have for you in order for you to navigate through these next 3 months effortlessly and smoothly. So let's see. Oh, all right. We have I Follow My Bliss. Beautiful energy coming out here. So definitely, I feel like whatever this new door is for you, whatever, excuse me, whatever this new path is for you, it is something that is going to fill your heart with the sense of bliss, with the sense of joy. And if you are going to make that decision between 2 or even more different options, I feel like this is your spiritual teams coming through to tell you that you should follow the path that fills your heart with excitement, that fills your heart with bliss. That's how you can tell that's the best option for you. I love that. All right, let's see what else here. For my dear group number 2s, how can they navigate through these next 3 months? Let's see. We have, I do not have to prove myself to anyone. I feel like this is another really, really fitting card to come out, especially because we have this Nine of Wands card here. So again, you really don't have to prove yourselves to anybody. You don't need any external validations. You only need your own validations. Validations should come from within, not from without. So I do feel like as you overcome certain challenges, as you overcome certain roadblocks, you're not proving to anyone else, you're proving to yourself that I can do this, I've got this, and I really don't need anyone else to tell me what I should do. I can make my own decisions, and I can stay strong. Really, I feel like, my dear group number 2s, you are a really strong bunch. You all are a powerful bunch. So embody that energy within the next 3 months. That's going to help you out a lot. And let's see, can we please get one more here? Spirit, let's get one more for my dear group number 2s. For my dear group number 2s, can we please, oh, wow. Let's see here. We have, I am mindful at all times and live only within each moment I have. Very interesting. Okay, so I feel like this might be a suggestion coming from your spiritual teams, maybe within the next 3 months, because you're gonna be experiencing a lot of changes, a lot of shifts, because you'll be embarking on this new journey. you might want to practice mindfulness as you are navigating yourself through this period of time. Because sometimes when we are facing a lot of different things happening at the same time in our 3D reality, we get very distracted, and it's pretty easy for us to get stuck either in the past or get super anxious over the future instead of being grounded in the present moment. So perhaps this is your spiritual teams coming through to let you know that, my dear group number 2s, y'all need to be mindful within the next couple of months to make sure that you are remaining present each and every moment so that you can enjoy the journey whilst you're on it. And that's a very beautiful message to end your reading on, my dear group number 2s. I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an absolute honor for me having been able to channel through all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up so that other people can see this reading as well. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and hit on that little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time in the future when I upload a new reading. I usually upload new readings on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Also, if you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would really love to see how the reading resonated for you. And if you have any specific reading topics that you would love to see more of, you can leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. Additionally, I have recently started to post more regularly and frequently on Instagram, so if you're also on Instagram, please don't be shy and connect with me there. You can find my Instagram information down below in the description box. And for those of you who are interested in booking a personal reading with me, I have recently started to offer personal readings online remotely. So if you are interested, you can either send me an email. I left my email down below in the description, and or you can just DM me on Instagram, and I look forward to connecting with those of you who are interested. Again, thank you. I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hey loves, if you have chosen the Wandering Star Tarot deck along with this piece of Tiger's Eye, then this is going to be your reading on your next 3 months. Welcome. So let's just dive right in with the tarot deck that you have chosen and figure out what's going to be happening for you all, my dear group number 3s, in the next 3 months. So Spirit, can we please get some cards for the first month? Oh, wow, okay. So we've got the Empress coming out in the upright and the 7 of Swords coming out in the reverse for the first month. And then for the second month, Spirit, what's going on for my dear number 3s in month 2, please, Spirit? Okay. We've got the Knight of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. How about month 3, please, Spirit? Let's get some cards for the third month for my dear group number 3s. Let's see here. We have got the 8 of Wands, and let's get one more. And we have the moon. Interesting. Okay. Let me make sure all of your cards are nicely laid out and in frame. And then let's take a look at your pre-shuffled oracle cards. So these cards are going to be clarifying the energies that we've got from the tarot. So for the first month, we have number 5 with Galactic Grandmother. For month number 2, we have number 16. How can this be a wonderful win? Interesting. Group number 2 actually got the same card in the same position. So if you're also drawn to group number 2, perhaps this is a sign for you. If you are coming from group number 2, then welcome again. And then last but not least, we have number 5, Befriend Your Fear Monster for month 3. Okay, now let's dive right into your cards here, my dear group number 3s. So I do feel like for a lot of you, the first month out of this 3-month period would be quite significant in terms of your creativity and your manifestations. With the Empress here, we have the keywords harmony, abundance, grace, fertility, love, mature, beauty, art, and luxury. So honestly, I feel like this card is just really, really powerful, and it's inclusive of so many different aspects of your life. I really feel like in this first month, for a lot of you, my dear group number 3s, you're going to be experiencing a major glow up. It could be a physical glow up. It could also be an emotional glow up. You will be feeling very good about where you are in life. You'll be feeling really good about yourselves. And also, I see that you're attracting a lot of abundance into your life within this month as well, because the Empress, this is someone who enjoys the finer things in life, who's also infinitely abundant. And I also see that for a lot of you, you are going to be very comfortable being in your divine feminine energies. And when I talk about divine feminine energies, again, I am speaking about energies, and you do not have to be a female to resonate with this type of energies, because as human beings, each of us is born with both masculine and feminine energies. And sometimes we might lean in to more of our masculine qualities, other times more into our feminine qualities. And I do feel like in this first month, you will be kind of more in your feminine energies in terms of taking a lot of time for yourself, pampering yourselves, taking care of yourselves, and just being that very nurturing and loving energy. And I also feel like if you have a certain fitness goal, if you have a certain goal or a certain look that you want to achieve with your physicality, I do feel like in this month, you will be making major progress towards that goal of yours. And also, I do see that some of you will be showered with gifts. As the Empress, you will be in a very effortless energy, and you'll be manifesting things, and things will be coming to you, abundance, gifts, money, and just basically things are going to come to you without you necessarily having to lift a finger. And that's a very beautiful energy to be in. Also, with this Galactic Grandmother card being here clarifying the energy of your first month, I do feel like for those of you who have a female relative, a female ancestor, like who has already passed away, who's already on the other side, I think they are looking after you. They are looking over you, and they are just really sending you good energy, sending you guidance from the other side, basically, from the spiritual world. And you are going to feel this very loving presence in your life a lot more within this month. And this could also talk about your connection with certain maternal figures in your life. And even the Empress can represent a maternal figure in your life as well. If you resonate with that message, then perhaps in this month you will be having some significant interactions or conversations with that particular maternal figure in your life. And I feel like whoever comes to your mind when I talk about this, that might be the person who will be playing a significant role in your life within this month. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, I also feel like some of you will be gaining clarity on something that you've been wondering about. When the Seven of Swords is in the upright position, sometimes it can talk about dishonesty or illusion. And when it's in the reverse position, I feel like the illusion is falling away, the dishonesty is falling away, and whatever that has been hidden in the dark previously, it will be stepping into the light. It will be coming into the light, and you'll be able to see the full picture more clearly, which is very, very interesting here. And perhaps this could be about a relationship that you have with another person. With this ring here, I feel like this could talk about a truth coming out regarding a relationship, or it could talk about a truth coming out regarding a financial situation, because it looks like there's a diamond on this ring here, and diamonds remind me of finances, of money, material wealth. So I do think that you will be gaining some clarity regarding a situation that currently might be hidden from you, that currently might be causing you certain confusions. And I do think that you are heavily protected and guided. Again, with this galactic grandmother here, maybe this individual or this being would be the person who's going to be showing you the way to accessing that truth, the way to accessing that clarity so that you can make an informed decision. So I do think within this month, you'll be receiving some divine support. You'll be receiving, or maybe you'll be receiving some 3D support from this maternal figure. So that's what I'm seeing here within the first month for all of you, my dear group number 3s. Love this energy for you. And then moving on to the second month, we have some challenging energies here, not gonna lie, and this is kind of similar to group number 2. They actually got a number 9 card as well. They got the 9 of Wands, and here you got the 9 of Swords, along with the 8 of Pentacles. I do think it is significant that we have got a Swords card that talks about anxiety, about our fear, our insecurities, or basically just worrying about the future, worrying about things that haven't really happened yet. And I feel like the Knight of Swords can also talk about situations where we are creating all of these worst case scenarios within our head, when in reality, things are actually not as bad as our mind might have led us to believe. And I feel like this might be your case in the second month, my dear group number threes. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we have the Eight of Pentacles here. And here we have hard work, we have results, we have education and achievement on the card. So I do feel like this Eight of Pentacles might be a more realistic reflection of what's actually going on in your life. So what I can see here is that the situation itself is going to require you to dedicate some hard work and some energy into it, but your mind might go to the extreme and really conjure up all of these worst case scenarios, and your mind might be saturated with a lot of anxious thoughts, obsessive thinking, and just worries. But in reality, what we have here is the Eight of Pentacles. It's like literally you are being educated, you are learning from what you are doing, you're trying to master a skill or a craft. And actually, like, look at all of these pentacles on the tree. It's like your efforts are already leading to certain results. And yet, with this Knight of Swords, I don't feel like you'll be seeing that. Like, the energy here is like you're facing a lot of mental fog. You're having a lot of anxious thoughts to the point where you can't really see what's being displayed to you clearly right in front of you in this 3D reality. Like, you're not seeing all of these pentacles right above your head on the tree. And you might be trapped within some self-limiting beliefs or scarcity mentality. And I feel like this is going to be a month where you're really called to overcome these mental blockages that you have essentially created for yourself. You're really being called to see things for what they actually are, to recognize yourselves for the efforts that you have put into your craft, and to recognize that you have already achieved a certain results, even though you might not have arrived at your final destinations yet, even though you might not have arrived at that final significant achievement yet, you are on the right path. And I feel like you are learning in this process as well. With this card, how can this be a wonderful win? I really feel like this is pointing to a significant learning opportunity that you will be having within this month. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's really going to be about how you can address certain limiting beliefs that you have existing in your mind that's holding you back from achieving what you really want in your life. And these could be limiting beliefs that are deeply rooted in your subconscious mind that you were not even aware of previously. And they are showing up in the form of obsessive thinking. They're showing up in the form of anxious thoughts. They're showing up in the forms of worries. And these are essentially symptoms that are drawing your attention to the root cause. And that might be a certain limiting belief that you have. So an example that I can think of is someone who's super hardworking, someone who's always looking for that next big achievement in their career. And they feel extremely anxious about not being able to hit that next goal that they've set for themselves. And the reason why they've been on this chase, the reason why they've been on this endless rat race is because they have this limiting belief about themselves, thinking that I'm not good enough. And because of that limiting belief, this person then would go on to try to prove to everyone around them that they are good enough by being that overachiever at work. However, because their hard work, their ambitions are ultimately driven by that limiting belief, they're not coming from a self-secured place. They're coming from a place where they actually felt small. They're coming from a place where they actually felt like they're not good enough. They would not be able to recognize their own achievements. However much they've done, however much they have achieved, they would always think that, oh, that was nothing, that was easy. I need to achieve the next thing. What's the next thing? What's the next big thing that I can do to prove to everyone that I am worthy, that I am good enough? And I feel like within this month, this type of limiting beliefs will really be showing up. And it is your time to recognize that you can actually turn this limiting belief into a wonderful win by shedding your old skins, by letting it go and adopting new supportive beliefs that will then allow you to flourish, that will then allow you to thrive in your life. And I feel like this will create quite a significant shift for a lot of you. It is not going to be easy because the Nine of Swords, honestly, this is not a very nice energy. But again, when you're in this energy, it is pointing you towards something. It is drawing your attention to something that you need to address. I was talking about this, I think, for group number 2 as well. Instead of looking at problems in your life as things that you need to overcome and to solve, try to think about problems as projects that you need to work on, as projects that you can improve on. And by doing that, you can shift your mindset and create more empowerment for yourselves. So that's what I'm seeing here for the second month. And then moving on to your third month. So within this month, I see that your energies will be shifting. We were talking about limiting beliefs within your subconscious mind, and I do feel like you might be continuing to work with your subconscious mind within the third month because we do have the moon here. And the moon here, we have dreams, we have intuition, we have shadow. This is a card that really makes me think about deeper healing. And with the Eight of Wands here, we have travel, we have good news. So it is possible that you might be going away on a trip, and maybe during that trip, you'll be taking some time off for yourself and to really take the time to go deep and to heal yourself. It is possible that you might get some good news that you've been waiting for a very long time. Perhaps it's going to be some good news about that thing that you've been working on for a very long time. Or this could also just be talking about the general energy that's shifting really, really fast, because the Eight of Wands is all about fast shift, fast forward moving momentum. And I see that momentum carrying you forward, launching you into this deeper dive within your own subconscious mind, launch you into a quest to find out the truth. And this is also a month where your psychic abilities might be activated. This is a similar energy with what I have seen in group number 2 as well, which is quite interesting. I think there was a message about psychic abilities being activated in their 3rd month as well, and I see a very similar message here with the moon card. Maybe for some of you, you will be having very vivid dreams, and they can be visions. They can be premonitions. You might be astral traveling in your dreams, and you might be connecting with other souls in your dreams. You're accessing your deeper intuition, and you are also allowing your shadow self to come forward. You're accessing the more shadowy energies within you, making sure you hold space for those energies as well, because as human beings, we hold light energies, we also hold shadowy energies. We are beings of duality. So it is important for you to recognize that we need to nurture, we need to work on our shadow selves as well. And I feel like you will be doing just that in this particular month. We have number 5, befriend your fear monster. So I feel like this is exactly what you will be doing. You are befriending your fear monster. You are allowing your fear to come forward. You are speaking with that part of yourself that's feeling fearful, that's feeling fearful, and really understanding where they're coming from. And perhaps this would help you address some deeper wounds or past trauma that you haven't really recognized before. With the moon card here, there's really a sense of you withdrawing from the outside world and going within and kind of just exploring what's going on within yourselves. And I also feel like perhaps the full moon could be a really powerful time for you to shift. With this imagery here, like it reminds me of the full moon. So perhaps the full moon around the 3rd month would be a very significant time for some of you out there, my dear group number 3s. Maybe you should do some form of cleansing rituals during the full moon cycle to make sure that you are shedding old energies, to make sure that you are staying aligned. And again, I feel like our fears are always trying to tell us something. And I feel like for a lot of you, you will be seeing beyond your fears and accessing that deeper part of your inner truth. And that's going to help you grow so much as individuals. And perhaps for some of you who are on a spiritual journey, I see that you will be having a lot of spiritual growth within this particular month as well. Also with the moon here, I feel like the sign Cancer and Pisces could be significant. Yeah, I do feel like this particular month you'll be processing a lot of hidden emotions, you'll be processing a lot of hidden energies, and you'll be cleansing yourselves. And that's going to help you rejuvenate. That's going to help you reinvigorate as you move forward in your journeys, my dear group number 3s. So that would conclude this part of your reading. And now I want to shuffle another oracle deck to channel through your spiritual teams, my dear group number 3s, and see what guidance and advice they might have for you as you navigate through the next 3 months. So, oh wow, okay. Let's see what we got here. We have, I am at home in my body. Yeah, we did get that message about your physicality. So I think you will be feeling very comfortable in your own bodies. You will be feeling quite grounded, and you'll be loving yourselves. Like, you'll be loving your bodies. Like, you'll be taking care of your physical body. Your body's your temple. I really feel like you'll be doing that. And if you haven't been taking care of your physical body, this is a sign for you to start doing that immediately, because your physical body might need your attention right now. We have I am one with the wind, the trees, and the sky. Some of you might get inspirations or breakthroughs when you go into the nature. This could be your spiritual teams coming through to tell you that in the next 3 months, you might benefit from spending some more time in nature, whether it's by yourself or with other people. You might literally want to be closer to the wind, the trees, and the sky, and the nature might help you open up your heart space and access hidden messages that you might previously not have been aware of. And then we have, I have no expectations and make no assumptions. There is also an imagery of the moon here, which is very interesting. So I do feel like maybe your emotions will be impacted by the moon cycle. Maybe you want to incorporate certain rituals into your lives to reflect the energy, to join in the energy of the moon. Here with I have no expectations and make no assumptions, I do think this is also your spiritual team's advice for you. Something that's unexpected might happen for you within the next couple of months, and things might feel like they're going out of hands for some of you. If you are a person who really likes to control things, then I definitely feel like this is a reminder for you to not have a lot of expectations, to let go of certain assumptions, and just let things unfold naturally, because the universe knows so much more than we do as human beings. And sometimes when you surrender, that's when the universe will be performing its magic for you, my dear group number 3s. All right, and I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number 3s. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the readings, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an absolute honor for me having been able to channel through all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you'll never miss a reading that I upload in the future, and don't forget to click on that little notification bell so that you'll get notified every time in the future when I upload a new reading. I usually upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Also, if you're comfortable sharing your thoughts, please leave your comment down below. I would love to see how the reading resonated for you. You can also leave your suggestions if you have any specific reading topics that you would love to see more of on this channel. Also, recently I have started to post more regularly on Instagram, and I would love to connect with you there. If you also have an Instagram, I left my Instagram handle down below in the description. Please look me up and connect with me there. For those of you who might be interested in booking a personal reading, I have started to offer personal readings remotely online. So if you're interested, you can either DM me on Instagram or send me an email. I left my email down below in the description as well. And I look forward to connecting with those of you who are interested. Again, thank you so much for being here. I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye bye.